What up, though, y'all? This is your girl, Crystal from the Black Economic Exchange Group. I am here on another Make It Make Sense to Me Monday, and it is Happy 313 Day. If you guys are not from Detroit, you will not understand. This is the anniversary of Detroit. 313, there's nothing like it. Yes, it may snow and be 40 the next day, but God dog it is Detroit. That's how we are. Many of us were born here, raised here, flew here, grew here, but it's still Detroit. And thinking of 313, I was thinking regarding Detroit. Detroit has always been the home of the hustle. I mean, even before the 1800s when they were um, fighting and shooting sheriffs. If you learn the story they had back in, I learned from shout out the Black Squirrel Network about a couple that came to run away from slavery, and they ran away because the wife was going to be sent away to be a fancy woman, which is a prostitute in New Orleans as a slave. So they ran away and they were working their way up to go across Canada, and the slave owner came and they captured them and locked them both up, and they were going to take them back. And the lady of the First Baptist Church, I believe the historic First Baptist Church in Detroit, because I'm quoting this story because I remember it verbatim. I'm trying to remember it verbatim, but long story short, she got people together to come out in front of the police department, which is downtown Detroit, and they had their forks, guns, and everything, all a bunch of black folks, and they were going to take them anyway. But during that time before, the young lady that was co-pastor of the First Baptist Church, she went in and talked to the young lady, and they switched places. And they got her way to get to Canada. Her husband was still there, so when he came out, when he came out, they was like, no, and they shot the sheriff. And the young lady who was in First Baptist, she was free, so she was like, they was like, you gonna take her place, and she said, no, I'm not. So they saw them people outside, and they let her go. And eventually, after they shot the sheriff, they let him go, and they end up going to Canada. And actually, their descendants, their children, have property and have successful business there. And that is the root of Detroit, going back to the Sojourner Truth housing, and how Ford created housing for black folks migrating here, because that's what Detroit was, the great migration back then. And they basically the white it was in a white community, and they didn't want those kind of people there in Detroit, and they did it to the wrong people. And those people who were getting those housing went back to the hood, went back to the Black Bottom, got Ray and all of them, and they started fighting. But they arrested the black folks, though. But not to say Detroit is the home of the hustle, y'all. We get it in. We may have 2 or 3 jobs. We may have a business, but we may be hustling on the street to make that business come alive. But we do what we do. We're original Motown. And that is the message. Keep hustling, keep the faith, keep it grinding, and don't ever let nobody tell you nothing else. You got to be your own motivation. You got to talk to yourself when other people can't, when other people are gone. You got to motivate yourself. We talk about our politics. I had a situation where we were talking about politics yesterday about the actor Hill Harper lives here, and he wants to run for Senate, and he hasn't been here 10 years. Not to say that, not enough to be a senator. That's all I'm saying. But I'm not going to, this story is not about politics. But all the hoopla we have about politics and everything that entails, we need to worry about supporting black-owned business locally in our communities. That's what it's all about. And if you guys are watching, please check out the Big Black Book. It is Metro Detroit's Black Yellow Pages. It's got a lot of black-owned business. Check it out, blackeconomic.net. Follow me on Instagram and Facebook at Black Economic Exchange Group. I promote black-owned businesses, local and online, and I am your black business superhero. So definitely watch out for me. But I wanted to give you that tidbit. I am enjoying it. I got my Detroit Tiger shirt on to celebrate 313, and we're gonna get it. We're gonna hustle and hustle till we lose our breath. Peace and love.